Dr. Sebastian Gorka is with us right now. Dr. Gorka, how are you, sir?
Very well. Great to talk to you, Mike. Thanks for your flexibility.
Yeah, no, thank you for finding time. It's been busy for you. Let me first ask you, how's the last couple of days been for you? Been busy? I know you've been there with your wife. How's the vibe?
Well, we have never been to a convention, and we're kind of here ex officio. I'm just my wife's bodyguard. She's now, as you know, the chair of the biggest county in Virginia for the GOP. It is wild. This massive arena filled to the rafters with patriots. Then the speeches, oh my gosh, that World War II veteran, then President Trump's granddaughter, then Peter Navarro. I mean, I don't know what today's going to be like. I'm just here for the president, my former boss's speech in the evening. It's going to be a barnstormer.
Let me just play this. This is the clip we've been playing all day, and I'm going to play it forever. And it's like, this is a life-changing sentence right now.
America, people say, America is an idea, but I believe America is much more than that. America is our home.
Dr. Gorka. And he ended it with, God bless our home.
Yeah.
That was the end of his speech. What do you think about that? Why is that so profound?
Because it's true. America is just different. I mean, that's why I chose this country. And, you know, it's so often the case. What is it they say about, you know, prophet will never be recognized in his own land? Why is it that the greatest book on America was written by a Frenchman, Alexis de Tocqueville? So many Americans don't understand, if they were born here, how they have already been blessed the second they came out of their mother's womb as Americans. Why is it that Cubans, Chinese, North Koreans brave all kinds of peril to themselves, to their family, to their children, to come to America? We are unique. There's no other country. I mean, think about it. There's no other country that was founded 248 years ago on the principle that we're made in God's image. There's no every other country is what? The function of a dynasty, a royal family, a war, some ethnic grouping, a tribal identity. We are unique. We are a nation who says you are a child of God. You are free. You have rights that come to you from your Creator. Is there any better home than that, Mike?
No. This is our home. It's not just an idea. There are good ideas. We're not even just a place or a nation with citizens. Those are all good, but it's our home.
Think about the fact that you cannot become. You can emigrate like I did to France or to Japan or to anywhere else or Germany, or you will never become a Frenchman. Even if you get naturalized, you'll never become, a Chinese person or a German. You just won't. Why is there only one country where you actually become an American? Because we are bigger than geography. We are bigger than language. We are about the immutable truths that we hold to be self-evident. Sorry, it just should be so clear as the nose on your face why America is just utterly unique and why it is our home. And that's why we, to quote the president from Butler, Pennsylvania, we fight, fight, fight.
Do you think Trump looks different these last few days?
Utterly. There's a humanity, there's an emotional, I don't know how I want to use the word softness, there's just a gentility to the man. I was watching, so we were in one of the boxes yesterday, and, of course, it's an arena, so we can see the speakers as clear as day, and then they have the massive jumbotron, and then they zoom in on President Trump in his box as he's listening to his granddaughter. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Watch the president's face during his granddaughter's speech. Yes. And you'll see a human being. You'll see a father, a husband, a grandfather. You'll see a patriot. You'll see a man who took a bullet, literally took a bullet for us. This is a different President Trump, and I'm so glad. I mean, there are no accidents. The great architect. Think of this, Mike. I was thinking of this morning. He's shot because somebody who politically disagrees with him and who listens to Joe Biden say, put him, in a bullseye, listens to Dan Goldman say, we need to eliminate Donald Trump. A young man says, okay, I'm going to eliminate him and put him in a bullseye. He's shot. And he brushes the Secret Service aside and he says, fight, fight, fight. Can you imagine what's going through this man's mind and his soul? Somebody who was there, who's a friend of mine, who's very close to the president, one of his staffers, I found out yesterday, he is in the most wicked paroxysms of PTSD. He said, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it, which is, of course, totally human. You know who you are, my friend. Take a day off. Take a week off. We need you. We need you. But the idea, Mike, think of this. This is God again, not only the quarter-inch tilt of President Trump's head before the sniper's bullet arrives. Think of the fact that that's Saturday and the convention begins Monday. And what is he doing? He's not hiding. He's in the front row listening to all these speeches. This is what he needed. He needs the bandage on his ear, I get it. But he needs to hear that veteran. He needs to hear his granddaughter. That's God. President Trump took a bullet for us, and now the salve, the ointment, the medicine is being delivered to him every day for 12 hours so that come tonight, he will be more committed than ever to save this nation. The fact that the convention is happening here is just truly... Oh, by the way, how mind-blowing is it? I didn't even make the connection. Don Jr. mentioned it last night. It's when they tried to kill Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, where did that happen? About a mile away, also in Milwaukee. I mean, come on. There are no coincidences, Mike.
No. I've been asking this. Do you remember... So I was surprised when Trump came out on Monday for a lot of reasons, but I don't remember Mitt Romney sitting during all this, the whole day, like all the days of the convention, or John McCain. I don't remember the guy, the candidate sitting through all the days.
No.
I'm surprised. Maybe I didn't notice.
I think exactly the same thing. I think what is going? He's sitting through all of this. I mean, these are long, bloody days. I don't know why we have to be here for 4 days. I remember when we were in the White House, we had the RNC convention at the White House for 1 day. It was mind-blowing to have it at the White House, and those speeches were superb. But I don't know, for 4 days to recharge our batteries and hear from patrons, I get it. But to have him there in the box yesterday sitting with J.D. Vance's mother, oh my gosh, what a moment, what a moment. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, JD say, hey, let's celebrate your 10 years of sobriety at the White House. And Trump's obviously the teetotaler, all for it and ready to do it. It's great. We were going to play this clip. We'll play it tomorrow. But it's the idea that fight moment. It'll take us time to really understand how profound that was.
It's really important. It's really important. So I'll repost it as soon as I'm off the phone on my Twitter and True Social. Watch Andrew Klavan's explication. It's like a 15-minute video. It is the best thing I've ever seen on that moment. But we can't move forward. We have to dissect that moment for what it is.
Yes.
That is. Yes. There is no, in the modern age, there's nothing like it. I mean, you can listen to speeches of Churchill. Okay, I get it. Great. But this is beyond Churchillian. This is beyond, Eisenhower and the Normandy Beach letter and everything else and the day of infamy. This is a guy who's shot in the head. And what does he do? He takes command of the secret. Let me note out here. When the shots begin to ring out, the president is not in control of the situation. The Secret Service takes control of that human being's body. Look at the footage of Reagan being shot by Hinckley. Reagan is literally thrown into the back of the limo. They bust a rib. They're so violent to get into the hospital. What did President Trump do? He said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm going to put my shoes back on, and I'm going to tell the world that I'm fine, and we fight. That's not a lion. That's like I don't know. That's like a 30-foot tall lion. That's like it's a grizzly bear. It's like that's not a man. That's a genetic warrior. That's a guy who every part of his DNA is stamped with the word warrior. I was in the military for 3 years. Yes, the reserves. Okay, no biggie. I couldn't do that. President Trump has no military background. He went to military high school. He knows he's shot. He has the presence of mind to duck. Then he pushes to... Can I just say one thing? This is really important. The iconic photograph that the left actually wants to have the photographer killed for taking, actually, they're saying that, right? This guy should be murdered because he's made the president so powerful. That photograph that everybody, and myself included, has already put on T-shirts, should not have physically been possible. The fact that he's just been shot, he is head high above that fat, short female agent, his chest exposed to the world because that male agent has no idea that he's supposed to be blocking his body in case there's another shooter. That photograph should not have physically been possible if the Secret Service had done their bloody job. But it happened. Why? Because Donald Trump is unstoppable. That's why.
We're going to play a clip tomorrow about how, and chat more tomorrow about how great leaders give their people heart.
Yes.
And the crowd's reaction to that is...
The footage. A friend of mine was literally in the row behind the president. I'm looking at my buddy. Nobody goes anywhere. Look at the footage from Vegas when the shooter opened fire. The pandemonium. Everybody bloody stayed there. It's just the patriots' souls. You're right. Their souls were filled with the courage that President Trump communicated to them with that raised fist. Have you ever seen, shots still happening and they actually sit down and they wait for the president's signal?
Yes, to see what happens next, to see what we should do now.
Yeah.
Wow. And I just, one last thing, and I'll let you take it away, and we got to run. Not only was it all the things you just said, he didn't know the severity of his injury. First of all, he didn't know if there was any other shooter, right? But he didn't, those could have been his last words.
Yes.
Maybe that bullet nicked a little more of his brain or something. Who knows? You don't know.
He didn't run. He didn't stop. The Secret Service didn't know how many times he'd been hit or where he'd been hit. But he thought none of it. He said, I don't matter. It's not about me. It's about the millions, the hundreds of millions, the billions of people who will see this. He instantly thought of the other. I mean, just a Christ-like servitude to the other. That's what we saw. It was like Aslan, the Christ-like lion. That is what we witnessed.
We can't talk about it enough. Sorry, hey, we got to run. We got commercial breaks. Other than the top of the hour, it's more free range, But so we got to hit the break.
Read my article, the Breitbart article, The Assassin Who Had to Happen. I give all chapter and verse. Check it out. It's on my Substack. Get my take if you need more.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Have a wonderful night tonight.